last week because that was so much fun.
Yeah, we can have you talk
Word it
about
up,
that.
motherfuckers.
We didn't have much else
Yeah.
to talk about,
We
so we
could
can
talk
have you
about
talk about that.
Yeah.
I mean, as you
Oh,
can
what are you
tell,
talking about? We've got like 15 injuries to talk about.
who all got injured? Did Zayn actually get injured? Was that legit?
We don't know yet.
Yes, Dean, sit down.
Yes, Dean. I know you're old, radical, and crazy, but we've got a show to do here.
It was either that or a Seth Rollins one, but Andrew and Bill had already gotten a couple, so I was like, you know what? I like the Ambrose design better.
Why do you hate Seth Rollins?
Oh, I love Seth
Yeah.
Rollins.
Then why didn't you buy his T-shirt, traitor?
Yeah.
You know what? Because I
Do
like
you-
to be a little left of center.
Do you shop at Trader Joe's?
You know they don't have a very
Puns.
you don't have a very good parking lot. The last time I went to Trader Joe's, I couldn't find my car for 15 minutes, and then I realized I walked. I noticed that we're 2/4 of the triple threat or the quadruple fatal four-way match.
Right, what
Adam
shirt
is wearing
you-
a Cesaro shirt.
You're wearing it.
Well, I
okay,
have a
which-
Seth Rollins guy right here.
Yep. I see that.
Yeah. And I'm wearing a Wisconsin Badgers shirt.
Yes.
He's wearing. So, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Well, you're wearing Mr.
Mushroom.
Mushroom. All right. So, are we ready to do this one?
Really? Badger.
No, I know the badger.
No, but he didn't.
Oh.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know what? I'm still a narwhal person.
And you're on the internet and you don't know the Badger song.
Yeah.
Just because I'm on the internet doesn't mean I know everything. I mean,
you are
the majority-
ashamed of your race.
the majority of things that I know about the internet are porn related. So
He probably doesn't even know what Charlie the Unicorn is.
I know that.
Okay.
So I miss one thing.
Oh, they took my friggin' kidney.
Sorry, as I said, I'm a fan of narwhals personally
All
because
right.
they're the Jedi of the sea.
I was always a fan of Magical Trevor myself.
That and yeah.
Okay,
Saturday
so
Morning Watchmen.
has everyone tested their microphones and everyone's Audacity is up and we're all ready to go? I
Yes,
start
sir.
counting.
Yes. Do the final
Yes.
countdown.
Okay. Then this is episode 198. No, that's a different countdown. Sorry. Who is beatboxing? Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Stop that.
Whip your dicks out. It's
Record.
time for the show. Oh, I went early. Oh, all over your face.
And give me a clean edit point. This week's episode of The Rundown is brought to you by Audible, the leading provider of audio content on the internet. For a free audiobook and a 30-day free trial, go to audibletrial.com/rundown. That's audibletrial.com/rundown. This week's episode of The Rundown is also brought to you by Jillian Hall's Lozenges. Jillian Hall's Lozenges will soothe sore throats and open up blocked nasal passages while also being 150 proof. Jillian Hall's Lozenges. They'll get you drunk. See,
Will
because
get
she,
your dick hard.
she had a DUI this week, so.
Oh.
Ha ha
There's
ha.
something in my fucking eye. Okay. I'm
It's
gonna be a pirate this week because that's really bothering me.
Arr, big guy. Arr.
All right. From the dumbest thing I've heard this week department, there was a huge rumor coming out of Raw that because Vince McMahon needed help getting in and out of the ring during Pat Patterson Appreciation Night, that he had gone blind. Is that the dumbest thing you've heard this week?
Only if
Dumbest-
Vince Russo's writing it.
I was going to make a dumbest thing I've heard this week is I'm about to be a father, but that's legit. So
That's the scariest thing I've heard this week.
Just a few more days.
Well, even a blind squirrel catches a nut.
So was he quoted backstage as saying, Paul, I can't see my legs.
Oh, that's a reference. What's the other dumbest thing? What's the other dumbest thing I heard this week? Vince Russo said something.
Everything Vince Russo said.
That's true. Really. I mean, it's Vince Russo. The guy opens his mouth, and it's the dumbest thing everyone hears, and about 1,000 brain cells die at once.
Oh, but he was saying that somebody, I can't remember who it was, if it was Rollins or if it was Zayn or who it was. Was it Zayn? Okay. Is not fit to be a main eventer because he's just an IWC fanboy. Like, shut the fuck up, dickbag.
Oh, and also that people don't care about 5-star matches. They only care about entertainment. That goes hand in hand for me. 5-star matches are entertainment to me.
Yeah, right?
But this is from the guy, mind you, that ran a company into the ground, so he should definitely be the authority on everything.
Oh, yeah, the guy whose brightest ideas were putting Judy Bagwell on a pole, as well as Viagra on a pole.
And then
it's great to see WCW did so well.
And then has the gall to put up his own website where people can go and find his opinions and all that horseshit, and attempt to charge you for it.
Yep.
PyroandBallyhoo.com.
Don't promote it. Don't promote it. So I changed my mind. Vince being blind is not the dumbest thing I've heard this week. Fuck you, Vince Russo. Theme song!
We didn't do the theme song yet?
Nope.
I thought that's what that long bit of silence was.
Thanks,
this is
Vince.
the longest. This is the longest cold open that we've had.
It's chilly.
Thanks, Vince Russo.
Fuck.
Less of a disaster than the idea of Justin Bieber wrestling at SummerSlam. It's episode 198 of The Rundown. My name is Adam. I'm your host, and it is Thursday, May the 7th, 2015. Joining me this week, Troy is here.
That's right. The only way I'd be okay with Justin Bieber at SummerSlam is if they unban the curb stomp.
And skipping out on the maternity ward just to talk about this bullshit, Josh is here.
Yes. Giving birth to the future of WWE fans everywhere.
You are?
You are?
Damn, Skippy, man. Haven't you noticed my gut's gotten huger?
That's kind of disturbing.
Yeah.
Then again, it might be because of this than actually getting pregnant, so I guess I should have said fathering future fans of the WWE.
Let's try not to make that plural, actually. If we could.
Satan willing to have more.
You realize that the three of us should not have been allowed to be parents, and all three of us are.
Yeah, but I think Josh leads the pack in that.
Yeah.
I have nothing. Oh. I have no witty retort on that one.
That's good. Tom has just arrived. Tom, if you want to start recording immediately, because we have already started the show, and we're just gonna roll right into it here.
It's also joining me sexy in here.
All of a sudden, it's a four-way.
Damn. Tom just got in there last minute, too. Do I know Tom? I've never seen him before.
I don't know.
I don't believe you do.
I don't think so.
What do you do now?
Yes, hello.
Hello.
Josh, Tom, Josh, Tom, Troy, Tom. Now everybody knows each other, and we're good.
Yay.
Hooray.
Yippee. Right. That's good air. That's good. That's good radio, folks.
It's all good, folks. It's all good.
So
what are we going to talk about? Are we going to talk about, speaking of now 3-ways becoming 4-ways, are we going to talk about that?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
I'm going to do voicemails first because I haven't actually listened to it, so I don't know exactly what he talks about. But the first thing I want to mention is, did anyone watch Mayweather versus Pacquiao?
Nope.
No.
I'd rather watch Avengers.
Okay. Well, I watched it. I didn't pay for it because fuck that. But I watched it, and it made me appreciate wrestling in a whole new light. because that was the most boring fucking thing I've ever watched in my entire life. It was. I don't understand. I don't understand boxing. It never makes sense to me. Nobody got knocked out. Nothing fun happened. There was a lot of hugging, and every so often one guy would punch the other guy in the face.
So that
sounds like Josh's last family reunion. Got it in first.
Oh, nice. I actually was going to say, so that video I saw on Facebook, which was the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight, done in the style of Punch-Out, was pretty accurate.
Yes,
yeah, you've seen that?
Yeah. And so it made me appreciate wrestling even more, because when you watch professional wrestling, because it is a scripted show, because it is a story, it is guaranteed to be entertaining. As opposed to, and no, I won't. Hug.
Yeah, but then you lose out on all the excitement of betting your life savings and realizing that when Mayweather won, you're going to have to go take out a loan to pay off the loan shark, or else your legs are going to be missing in 2 weeks.
Well, no, you can still bet on wrestling. Sean bets on wrestling every once in a while, and then he loses bets about WrestleMania and gets angry at himself.
His bets are usually hair versus hair matches, though. The only other thing to do is, watch one UFC event, and you'll forever be ruined for boxing, because the UFC is real.
UFC
fighting.
is great. I love UFC.
Yeah.
I don't watch it that often.
Yeah. I don't quite understand why UFC's main competitor is WWE, because that doesn't make a lot of sense. When UFC's main competitor should be boxing, or I don't know, Bellator, Strikeforce, any of the other promotions out there, not a fake wrestling promotion. So.
Well, Bellator and Strikeforce are as comparable to TNA or to UFC as TNA is to WWE. So
that's very true.
That's very true. That's very, very true. Okay, let's go to the voicemail. Again, I have not listened to this, so I don't know what it contains. And Sean's not here, so I don't think we're going to get any random ones. I don't think he is.
Don't hold your breath.
There is a viewer, so we might get some random voicemails during the show, but we'll find out what happens here. So let's start with this.
Rundown Wrestling Podcast. This is Sal, and I'm coming to you faster, stronger, and better than some leopard spotted-headed retard in NXT who likes to wear Air Jordans with flashy MC Hammer pajama pants. That's right. I am coming to you live from Boston, Massachusetts, the greatest city in New England. And us Bostonians know all about wrestling, not like people from New Hampshire. But I digress.
Oh,
time to talk about that. I did want to talk about some things on Raw. Let's start with King Barrett, who I love the fact that he came out with the cloak. I love the fact that he came out with the scepter and the crown. And he's just shoving it down people's throats, and that's great. It's going to be great heat. Maybe he'll get an Intercontinental title reign out of this. Oh, wait, he's done that like 7 times. Never mind. But no, I like the gimmick. I'm interested to see where it goes. I hope he's not stuck fighting Neville and Dolph for the next 3 months, because that might get old quick. Nevertheless, King Barrett. They might have actually done the King of the Ring tournament just for him. So, because you guys got to admit, it was kind of like all of a sudden, hey, guess what? We're gonna do the King of the Ring tournament tomorrow night. So, I don't know, if there was any purpose of it other than to push Barrett, I doubt it. Moving on to Dean Ambrose, who is now in the Fatal 4-Way match at Payback. I'm sorry, I have to think of the pay-per-view name. It's one of those third-tier pay-per-views. I'm excited about it. I love Dean Ambrose. Always been a big fan of Dean Ambrose. Will he win the title? Probably not. Will he turn heel? I hope not, because I like the way Dean Ambrose is right now. But I'd be kind of interested if he turns heel. That might be interesting, depending on how they do it. And the only other thing I wanted to talk about from Monday Night Raw was the Monday Night Raw debut in his hometown of Sami fucking Zayn. who had an awesome match against John Cena. And it speaks to what Andy said last week about going full circle. You know, John Cena obviously debuted against Kurt Angle in his open challenge. He did not beat Angle. He came close. And that's kind of what Zayn did. Now, the only problem is with Zayn having a title match for the NXT Championship at the next NXT TakeOver, that pretty much guaranteed for me he was not walking in there as the United States Champion, which we knew anyway because Cena has the I Quit match booked against Rusev. It was a nice spot. It was nice to see Zayn come up in Montreal. I don't know if he's going to stay up or if they're going to. That was kind of a one-off. He'll go back down until he's done with Kevin Owens. But obviously, the time is coming for Sami Zayn. I just hope they book him good. You know, really at this point, it's just will they book him to the best of his ability? You know, will they put him with someone like Sheamus, or will they put him against someone like Rusev, or you know, he needs to be booked with good heels and people who are over so that he can get exposed to a national audience more than what he gets at Full Sail. That's it as far as I can think of, other than there's still no word on Daniel Bryan. It's kind of in limbo right now. That being said, on June 2nd, the the Daniel Bryan story DVD is coming out. And I'm wondering how they're going to promote that if this man is still hurt. But should be interesting to see how that pans out. Talk to you guys later.
Okay, first thing, King Barrett. King Barrett is amazing.
Love it.
Josh, you weren't here last week. Andy, we got to talk to Andy about being at King of the Ring and being at Main Event and SmackDown. What was your experience of being there live for the crowning of King Barrett?
Oh, I thought it was fantastic. I honestly, and Andy and I did talk about this. I honestly thought that Neville was actually going to go over, that they were hot-shotting him with the King of the Ring, and Andy's like, no, and he was correct, but it was fantastic. I had a lot of fun there. I definitely could talk more about it later, but that particular moment, the King of the Ring, was really, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't expect to see Neville in action. I actually had no idea of who was actually going over in King of the Ring, and him coming out was fantastic. Got to see him do the Red Arrow live, and it was just awesome. And Barrett being King Barrett, fucking fantastic. I think that's some good news.
Yeah, I agree, and we talked about it last week. I'm really excited to see where they go with the whole King Barrett thing. Sal talks about how he thinks that it was done specifically for him. If you remember, before he got injured, the time before last, the plan was they were actually going to do a Money in the Bank at SummerSlam, just so Wade Barrett could get the briefcase. And then that didn't end up happening because he got injured. So I mean, it feels like they've been looking for a way to kind of elevate him for a while, and this they may have finally found it here, which I always approve of because I love Wade Barrett. I've always loved Wade Barrett ever since the first season of NXT. So
since we first laid eyes on him and looked deep into his British heart, you loved him like no other. Of course, this whole King of the Ring thing, of course, was hastily thrown together. We kind of talked about it before, that they just needed to make sure that they had, a full solid week of WWE Network shows. It wound up being really good, and Barrett's going to make the most of it, like he does with most of his gimmick changes. But yeah, it was a great kind of push. I don't know what's going to happen with it, but him, this new. The bad news Barrett thing kind of played its course, so we have to figure something else out for him.
Yep.
So
it's much better. It's much better for him to be the King of the Ring rather than the Intercontinental Champion, which he's already done before, and it's not really a rub for him, if anything. This actually has long-standing consequences. People still refer to Owen Hart as the King of Hearts, or King Booker, or William Regal, and all those people. So I mean, this will be a feather that he can have in his cap for quite a long time.
Agreed.
No, let's not forget the greatest king of them all, King Mabel.
I knew you were going with it, but I didn't want it to happen.
Possibly. Now, let's not forget about King Billy Gunn.
That's right.
Yes.
King Ass.
But
for something that could have been a laughable, in its inception, a laughable gimmick that would not have gotten anyone over. The fact of the matter is, the King of the Ring has done a lot to make a lot of superstars more prominent in the WWE. I think that goes a long ways to how the WWE books whoever wins the King of the Ring as well.
Yeah, look at Sheamus. He won King of the Ring, and wait, never mind.
They always use Steve Austin winning the King of the Ring and quoting Austin 3:16 for the first time as a feather in their cap. So, as I said, as something that could be laughable when it was in its inception, has done wonders for many a wrestler, and I think Barrett is a logical choice for being King of the Ring.
Well, you also had talented wrestlers actually winning the King of the Ring. You had guys like Harley Race and Bret Hart and Owen Hart winning this to establish it as like a really important event. It's only as good as the person who wins it, and Barrett, I think, has the potential to make it just as good as any of those guys, maybe even better.
Sure. All right, point number 2.
Drop the mic.
Point number 2. Dean Ambrose beats Seth Rollins and gets entered into the Fatal 4-Way match, makes it into a Fatal 4-Way match at Payback for the WWE Heavyweight Championship. Is there any chance that he wins? No.
No.
But it's gonna be damn fun to watch.
Oh God, yes.
I saw something, I think it was on Twitter, the thought was just that Ambrose is in the match. Ambrose is in the match so that Roman and Randy don't have to take the pin. And so Seth is going to retain. Seth is going to retain by pinning Ambrose, and then Roman and Orton can still have beef about we didn't get our fair shot at the title, which can take us until Brock comes back at SummerSlam.
Right.
Brock? Well, don't forget we've also going to have Kane. We'll have Kane interfere with that match for sure, because it's the Kane show now.
Yes.
Yay,
well, and they're definitely building to a blow off with Rollins, or a swerve as well. I guess I should say that it's either going to end up Kane gets involved and it was a swerve all along, and he's been happy with Rollins, or he's going to get involved and Rollins almost gets screwed, but then he pulls it out.
I did it for Seth Rollins.
I kind of hope Payback just ends with the Shield reunited beating up Randy Orton and going, "We told you we were going to destroy you."
I didn't even think of that. The entire Shield is in this Fatal 4-Way match.
Right. That should be a lot of fun.
We can't get a Shield triple threat match. No, we have to have 3 of them, and then let's just shoehorn Randy Orton in there.
Yes, of course.
Well, I mean, let's be fair. Orton is still a really good worker, and his match with him and Rollins at Mania was still a fantastic match. So I think it's not a bad thing putting Orton in that match, and Ambrose is fantastic, and I think Reigns is showing improvement just a little bit. I mean, his reaction when he showed up on SmackDown down here was very positive. So I think he's getting better as well. So I think that match is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun match to watch, no matter what.
Plus, you got to love the fact that Randy Orton is a fan of the New Day's theme. Did anyone else see that on Raw when the New Day's theme started going? Orton started doing, yeah, that's my jam.
I have to admit, the New Day on Raw, celebrating for the entire evening that they had beaten Roman Reigns and Randy Orton, was quite enjoyable. I did enjoy that immensely.
Yeah. And it completely help the tag team champions too, which is your big thing, is that they always have the main eventers defeat the tag team champions.
Yeah.
And look, they won.
Yeah, the tag team champions actually defeated Roman Reigns and Randy Orton in a handicap match, no less, which I was certain was going to go the other direction.
No. If you hear Booker T, that wasn't a handicap match. That was Freebird rules. He doesn't seem.
Finally, somebody is. I swear they're listening to us, because I've been screaming about Freebird rules since New Day came out. So
yeah, but that's not what Freebird rules.
That's not
means.
what Freebird rules is.
It's not
a handicap match.
Well, shush. We can all.
He was adamant. He's like, no, it's not a handicap match. It's a Freebird. It's like, no, dude, it's still a handicap match. Freebird rules just means that at any given night, any of the three of them can be the two tag team champions. But apparently, in Booker T's world,
which still works for me as well.
That's fine too. Yeah, they're doing that. Yeah.
Booker T continues to prove that he is dumb as a fucking post.
He's done wonders replacing Lawler.
Yeah, Jesus.
As if that's a big shoe to fill.
Yeah. And point number 3 from Sal's voicemail is
what the hell?
Sami Zayn, which I thought was pulled off beautifully, especially with Heath Slater. Heath Slater at the beginning was amazing. My only question about Heath Slater is, why is he still coming out to the theme song that says, "We're a 3-man band"? Your bandmates were fired like 4 months ago, dude.
Did somebody accidentally delete the "I'm a 1-man band" theme song?
If they have, you can purchase it on iTunes for $1.29.
Wow, that's a lot of money for WWE.
You can pick that up.
They're doing
shit. Hold on, let me go to iTunes right now. We're gonna pause the show so I can get that song.
We're not gonna pause the show.
I did have a question though. Did Bret Hart have a stroke sometime soon? Because he was having he had like 4 things to say. That was it, and he kept like kind of forgetting his lines. Then he had to like look at the crowd and be like, "It's Sami Zayn, right? That's who I'm announcing."
Well, I think
trying to
part
soak
of it
in,
was. I think part of it was when he came out and he started saying, this guy's a great wrestler, and he kept repeating himself like 2 or 3 times. Was the guy with the entrance music button was a little slow on the draw. I think they were trying to cut off Hart, and he just kept repeating himself like, I'm saying the line.
Yeah. Well, maybe he had bad Wi-Fi connection, because apparently that's all they could do is find it on iTunes.
Yeah, and then Brett hitting Heath Slater in the head with the microphone was gorgeous. Then we get Sami Zayn. Who, if depending on who you listen to, either injures his shoulder during his entrance.
He did.
He goes the full Randy Orton on that one. And then still has an amazing match with John Cena. That match was phenomenal. And I honestly thought, I'm going to tell you, I honestly thought at points during that match that there was a chance that Sami Zayn would leave as the United States champion. Because what they were saying on commentary was not the winner of this match goes on to face Rusev at Payback. What they were saying on Raw was, will John Cena still be the United States champion going into his I Quit match at Payback? So they were saying that the I Quit match at Payback, no matter who wins the match, is going to be John Cena versus Rusev. It's not guaranteed to be for the United States Championship. So I thought perhaps that they were going to put Sami Zayn over there, which would have been amazing. But
silly Adam, you got duped. Mark.
They could be laying the groundwork for 2 weeks from now when, I don't know, Dolph Ziggler takes it from him or something, you know? Probably not, but they could.
No, it's gonna be Heath Slater. They just have to let Heath Slater have the match, and then Heath Slater will take the United States Championship off of John Cena.
That would be better. I hope it's like a 30-second match too.
That would be hilarious.
Heath Slater squashes John Cena on Monday Night Raw.
He hits whatever the hell his finisher is and just pins him.
I think it's the Impaler DDT that he does, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, if anyone can tell me the name of Heath Slater's finisher in the next 15 seconds, I will give you a cookie.
It's a schoolboy and it's called Bad Karaoke.
I don't know what the name of it is, but I'm pretty sure it's the Impaler DDT.
Well, I know what it should be now.
Yeah. He calls that move the bad karaoke.
Oh god!
The
bad karaoke out of nowhere.
Yeah, out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
But yeah, speaking of Sami Zayn and his wonderful shoulder,
Just watch the beginning of that match again. He clearly hurts himself when he puts his arms up in the air because he immediately goes, "Oh shit." Yeah.
So
I like that they had to like they were like patiently watching like eventually he's gonna drop him on his shoulder and then we could be like his shoulders hurt. The whole match are like no.
It makes
Go ahead.
It makes perfect sense for Bret Hart to introduce him too, because he's the one who always had the bum leg.
Double burn.
Hey, kick your leg out of your leg.
Your leg.
But you were saying Adam?
But yeah, so we've got Sami Zayn with this possible rotator cuff injury that he's going to be who is now questionable for the next Takeover event on the 20th. Turns out that Hideo Itami also has a shoulder injury.
Oh Jesus!
Mm-hmm.
He's scheduled to be in a triple threat match at Takeover and is now questionable for that because the word is he could be out of action anywhere from 6 to 8 months.
Fuck. And he was just getting interesting too.
Yeah.
How hilarious is it that in a match to hype up a title match at NXT undercard, whatever the hell it's called, you injure one of the two main stars of the thing, and then now your second main event match is also gone. So obviously we're probably going to, the best solution there is just triple threat it. Have Breeze and Balor versus
Put
Steen.
Kevin Owens in the triple threat match. My thought was that they'll tape something at some point that has Rhino taking out Sammy, and then they'll just insert Rhino into the title match because
it won't even be Sami Zayn. It'll be like somebody in a Sami Zayn mask.
Some guy wearing
like really bad.
Some guy wearing a red wig that doesn't look at all like Sami Zayn's hair.
Oh my God! Rhino just took out Sami Zayn. The #1 contender is down.
Why does Sami Zayn look like Bozo the Clown?
Why?
The only other
why does
thought
Sami
that
Zayn look like Steve Cutler?
I don't know who that is.
The only other thought that I have was, well, if they need a replacement match, you could always have Finn Balor versus himself. He has, half his face paint on and all that, and he just starts putting himself over. It looks like they're running out of people for that card.
I'm still hoping for I'm still hoping for Los Matadores to take on Primo and Epico. At
this rate, your main event of NXT Takeover, whatever the fuck it's called, is gonna be Kevin Steen versus a broom.
That'd be a good match. It'd be a 5-star match.
And the broom goes over.
The broom goes over.
It's like that classic run of house show matches that Dolph Ziggler had, where he would face a broom and the broom would beat him.
Right.
Back in the day.
It does show.
That or a blow-up
how it does show how top heavy NXT is though. They rely very much on their their main event talent and don't have really a mid card and yeah, it's because they're a 1-hour show, but I mean, think of the people that you see every week and think of the guys that you see every once in a while. I mean, you've got Scott Dawson, the Vaudevillains, guys like that, who we don't see at all. The crowd sees them in dark matches, but yeah, because of the fact that it's a 1-hour show, now you've got no real undercard, so you really are scrambling now for matches. So I'm sure that they're gonna give a call up to Blue Pants and be like, "We need you for the show." And
you mean Mia Yam?
No, that's two different people.
Yeah, I know.
Leva Bates is Blue Pants.
One comment that I want to make about NXT this week is in the opening contest of NXT was a Divas match, a fairly meaningless Divas match between Emma and Charlotte. And motherfucker, they still gave it 8 minutes.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest, I was fast-forwarding through that. I was watching a little bit of NXT before we started, and I was kind of fast-forwarding through it. Not to say anything about Charlotte or Emma, but it was just, I couldn't get into it.
Yeah. And then Bayley came out at the end and did her thing to advance that story. But the match itself, there was nothing on the line. There was no story behind it. It was just two women fighting each other, and it was 8 minutes, and it was a decent match, which is something you will never see on the main roster.
Yeah, and that's the whole problem with this Give Divas a Chance thing is it's not just about giving them time. It's about actually giving them good storylines, but also allowing them a chance to have their own characters. I mean, you know who Charlotte is. You even know who Emma is. And, can you say,
but
Alicia Fox shows up.
You don't know why they're there.
Well, yeah, that's a good point.
Sorry, that was...
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't even get that reference. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, Alicia Fox can show up and be like, all right, is she a bad guy today? Is she a good guy? Is she crazy? Yeah. Is she just normal? And Emma shows up and you're like, well, Emma's here and she's pissed off and she's got a thing with Bayley right now because Bayley's all happy and giggly. You know what's going on. You even know Charlotte doesn't have a storyline right now, but you're like former champion, Ric Flair's daughter. But just more than that, it's
just waiting to get called up to the main roster.
Yeah, what is going on with that?
Yeah, but even the main roster, look how quickly face and heel turns are happening with the Divas. The Bellas were heels for a while, and then magically now they're faces again. And now all of a sudden Naomi's a heel, and what happened to Paige? She kind of vanished, and it's just
Paige is filming a terrible Christmas movie.
Paige got injured by Naomi.
Yep.
After she won the Contenders Battle Royal. I don't know why I'm still doing quote marks. But she's going to be out to film her movie. Naomi's now teaming with Tamina because they
came back.
because they're family.
Because they're family, which they're not. She's like a cousin. She's like a cousin-in-law, which doesn't.
Yeah. Right.
I love the fact that they're like, this is what real family is. We'll explain that after the break.
This is what real family is, said the cousin-in-law to the twin fuck sisters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
who, by the way, are aligned together. The Bella twins are aligned. So that made no sense to me. And right now it's not just the Divas either. We're having a lot of weird face and heel turns just quick in succession. Chicken and Swiss all of a sudden are good guys. The New Day turned bad. Fandango, Lana apparently is a good guy now too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Miss a couple shows and I get really confused. I was watching Raw and I'm like, okay, wait, what? Wait a minute, Lana is beloved now, and it's just like, what is going on? I don't mind Chicken and Swiss being faces. That's fine. They're clearly a lot more well-received than the New Day, which the New Day is so much better being heels and being, I don't know if they're delusional thinking that people like them or if they're just assholes that don't care, but this at least gets New Day somewhat over being heels this way. But yeah, there's been a lot of fast turns. And when did Tamina Snuka come back? Did she just come back just this week? Okay, so I didn't miss anything. And dear God, I know the whole shaving the side of your head if you're a girl thing is kind of a in fashion sort of thing. It does not look good on Tamina. She actually looks like the hooker that her father killed.
Good pull. I have a legitimate question about the New Day. Do you think that Vince McMahon asked Xavier Woods to shave his face so he could tell them apart?
With jokes like that, I think you can take the hire me out of your lower third there, because I don't think that's gonna. Anyway.
Yeah. Jesus.
I beg every week on this fucking podcast for somebody to hire me as a voice actor, and nobody does. So until that happens, you're gonna keep hearing from it.
Well, why don't you sign up for that Voice 123 site, and put money down for it?
Because that shit's expensive.
Lick my balls. Because I don't pay.
That shit's expensive.
I have a child, sir.
Yeah.
You're going to have one, too. You're going to have to stop paying for dumb shit like that.
You'll learn.
That's why I bought that's why I bought my PS4 this weekend.
Oh, makes total sense.
Like, yep. I'm about to have a kid. I'm gonna buy this thing now.
Have fun having no games for it ever.
Yeah, enjoy that. That's why I sold my PlayStation 4.
And probably no time to play it either.
That's true.
That's debatable, but
Well, it depends
anyway,
on how
let's
good
go
of a
talk
father
about
you are.
wrestling instead of my crazy ex-girlfriend.
I have 2 games for my PS4. I have WWE 2K15 and Grand Theft Auto 5. Grand Theft Auto 5 I can't play when the child is awake, or in the house. So
They don't retain that yet. See, I have a child that talks, and they tell on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Your child, you can still get away with it. He might start making some gun noises. You just be like, I don't know where he heard it from. Must be like one of those cartoons he's watching.
Basically, what we're saying, Tom, is don't have kids.
Yes.
For the love of God.
Now.
Yes.
What the fuck were we talking about? What's the show about?
Tamina Snuka. Crazy face heel turns. Sami Zayn legitimately injured.
I got one of the greatest things I've ever seen. Sal texted me a screenshot of a conversation that he had with another friend of his whose name is also Adam, but it's not me.
Sure.
Talking about the reason, and we can talk about this in a second, the reason behind Owen Hart's name being mentioned so often on TV the last couple weeks on Raw is because they are apparently, the rumor is that they are coming out with they have been allowed to come out with a basically Life and Times of Owen Hart DVD.
Spoiler alert, I know how it ends.
Finally.
Oh my God.
So
Go
Sal,
ahead.
So Sal replies, don't get ahead of my joke here. Sal replies, maybe by other people, definitely not Booker T, based on the thing we mentioned last week. And Adam replies, well, JBL brought up Owen's name. Booker T just bounced off it.
Oh.
Wait for it. To which Sal replies, I see. You know who didn't bounce? And that
Actually,
the greatest things I've ever seen.
oh my God, that actually makes me think. Have any of you guys seen the bit in from Tosh.0 where he was doing one of his web redemptions? It was a guy who was marking out Insane for Sting showing up at Survivor Series.
Oh yeah, that was like a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, but you've seen it, right?
Owen
Owen Hart just fell from the sky and killed Andre the Giant and himself.
No, I read that on my phone and I giggled so loudly I scared the baby.
I can't believe
That's
that
an amazing joke.
How did they not censor that when Booker T and JBL had that conversation? How did that make it to air?
Live TV, motherfucker.
Yeah.
They have a 5-second delay.
What are you going to replace it with? Air?
Yeah.
You're going to replace it with just the sound of JR going, oh, God.
Yeah. They call Neville the man that gravity forgot, and then dead silence for 6 seconds. But yes, according to WrestlingDVDnews.com, the WWE is planning on a biographical DVD and Blu-ray release on the life and career of Owen Hart.
There is a WrestlingDVDnews.com?
Apparently.
That can't be updated that often.
The site also reports that the project is going ahead with the full backing and support of Martha and the Hart family. Thank you, Martha. Now go fuck yourself. Earlier this month, WWE released
My husband was murdered. My husband was murdered.
Released a YouTube clip titled "Inside the Hart Family Dungeon," which included some new interview footage with Brett. Speculation is that this new footage is actually part of the Owen DVD. That will be coming out a little bit later on. Finally, now maybe in 2K16 we can have Owen Hart as a playable character.
Can you get the blue blazer as an alternate outfit?
Yes, but only for about 4 seconds.
I really hope that's a is that an OMG moment?
That's one way to put it.
2K16, the career of Owen Hart. Be a complete mode in there. Last one being the. How would you do that as a cutscene?
You would have to have it as the Godfather.
It'd be the end. It'd be the
You
end.
gotta
of
hit
the
X to look
Sopranos.
away.
Is it a quick time event where if you hit the button just at the right moment, he doesn't hit the turnbuckle?
Maybe.
You just see him in the rafters and it cuts to black like in The Sopranos.
Yeah. Don't
Either
Stop
that-
Believing is playing.
Yep.
Yeah. Either that or it slows down and you're actually allowed to like make him spin and do flips in air as he's on his way down.
I'm not a nugget.
And
So-
that.
So in a
And
couple of
that is
months, in a couple of months, we'll be able to buy Owen Hart, Fallen
God.
Angel,
Oh.
the
And-
DVD special from WWE.
And that is your weekly rundown. We are horrible fucking people moment.
I think we just ripped for like 15 minutes on the death of a person.
On the death of a person. Speaking of which,
Speaking of which, let's talk about Eddie Guerrero.
speaking of which, today is his birthday. Today would have been Owen Hart's 50th birthday, and we just made fun of him for dying for a good 2 minutes.
Happy birthday.
We are awesome. Okay.
We found out
To you,
there.
Owen.
I mean, Owen Hart was the first wrestler I hated. But, you know.
You sir must leave
job.
now. You sir must leave. You hate Owen Hart. Get out. Get out. We do it out of love.
9-year-old me hated Owen Hart because he was a
Hey.
bitch. But he's one of the best. That's why he was so good, because fucking 9-year-old me hated him.
No, he was a good heel. He was great.
Speaking, this is going to sound like a terrible segue, but I promise it's not. Speaking of dead wrestlers, last week on the show, I meant to mention it at the top of the show. And I forgot, and I then meant to record a pre-roll and play it before the show, and I then forgot. So I do want to say, last week Vern Gagne died.
Yes.
He was a legend and a true pioneer in this business. And so our condolences go out to the Gagne family. And I'm sorry that I forgot to mention it twice last week.
Yeah. Well, at least he didn't make the joke of what Vern did in the retirement home.
He's Wrestle Rock rumbling all the way to heaven. Okay.
Scoop slamming 90-year-old men and killing them.
Speaking of killing little kids,
Do you have to ruin everything?
Did you?
That's
Did you
why
happen
you
to
asked
see
me
the-
on the show.
Did you happen
But
to
no,
see
I-
the news that a guy babysitting
I
an 18-year-old month
did
old did the
An eight-
Undertaker's last ride?
Did you say an 18-year-month-old?
18-month-old, whatever the fuck he was.
Yeah. Kids
Yeah.
and adults,
Yeah. Adults, don't try
Let's-
this at home.
let's not do wrestling moves on the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Wait until they're 3, okay? When they can
Yeah.
take
Yeah,
it.
wait until they're old enough to understand how to take a bump. For fuck's sake!
Right. Exactly.
Right.
At least it was the fitting move.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
We're going to hell, aren't we?
Oh, God, Ian,
We are so going to hell.
This is the express lane, motherfucker. Jesus.
Join the
Christ.
show if you want to go straight to hell. And
Yes,
you know who you'll see there?
20.
Eddie
And
Guerrero.
subscribe on iTunes.
Yeah, because he's not up there.
He's not up there.
Down there.
He's down
In
there.
hell.
Yeah. You know who else is there? Probably the guy that Rey Mysterio killed.
Okay, so now that we're done damning our souls,
Did we? Wait. We haven't made a Benoit joke yet. Hold on. Let me think of one. Oh no.
and we
can go
are
on.
actually waiting for this. Oh my fucking god!
Don't.
I didn't think it was a joke. I didn't think we were waiting for it.
Break
So-
my
so-
neck
so-
now, Jesus!
So you're saying you choked on that one? Okay.
Adam with the rebound.
Smother me and put a Bible next to me.
Oh,
my god. Good lord. Good lord.
something, Bowflex, something. Okay.
Yeah, something. Make sure the dogs are in the enclosed pool area. That kind of thing.
So Tough Enough is coming back,
Oh Jesus!
and they announced via press release who is going to be involved in the show. Chris Jericho, as rumored, is the host of Tough Enough.
on, baby! Yeah.
There is an expert panel consisting of Hulk Hogan, Page, and Daniel Bryan. And
Only 2 of those people know how to wrestle.
Booker T- And Booker T,
2
Billy
out of
Gunn,
3 ain't bad.
Booker T, Billy Gunn, and Lita will be the trainers for the show.
Oh yeah, that's great.
So we get to see Lita again, which is fun.
Yay.
Yay.
Josh happy.
As long as she doesn't try to tell stories, then we'll be fine.
Will we get to see her thong?
I'm sure.
Yay!
So yeah, I certainly plan on watching Tough Enough when that comes back. I'm intrigued by this new format that they're talking about, where it's similar to where it's going to have a live fan vote as opposed to Steve Austin, or in this case Chris Jericho, eliminating people each week. The fans will actually get to have a say in who wins. Who gets sent home.
I'm super pumped to see which really good wrestler gets cut in the first week.
Right, exactly. And which of
Matt Cross get kicked off again,
And which of the terrible female competitors come to WWE anyway, just for the fuck of it?
Well, I don't know. We did have a season of Tough Enough where 2 women won, and their careers took right off.
Oh yeah, that was what's her tits and
Nydia and
Jackie Gata.
That lady who married Charlie Haas.
There you go.
Yeah.
She had that horrible match against
and had one of the worst matches in Raw history against Trish Stratus.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe we'll get another Cameron. Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Wasn't Cameron kicked off of Tough Enough because she said her favorite match was an Alicia Fox match?
Yeah, Alicia Fox versus Melina or some shit, and Steve Austin was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Get out!"
And that's the one fucking person from that season that's still employed.
Uh-huh.
That's it. Nobody else on that show made it on. Even the year that The Miz was on, we had Ryback on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fantastic idea.
We skipped the showdown this week because not enough people voted in the contest to have us move on. So go to Facebook and vote. Because the more that you vote, the more of you that vote, the more that you vote, the quicker this goes.
Yes, because this one is taking forever.
And I am using that as a threat.
The next showdown is literally going to be 4 people. It's just going to be 4
segments.
It's going to be 2 rounds. That's it.
The next showdown will not be happening until at least 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something I did want to talk about a little bit about the SmackDown taping. One of the things that I wanted to say was WWE does a fantastic job with editing.
And, they have one of the best post houses in the fucking business, without a doubt.
Yeah,
I work in TV, so I know,
right.
That's what they do right more than anything else in their sport or entertainment.
Right. Well, big, and I mean, you can't tell watching the playback, but if you were there live, there was a big fuck up in the Roman Reigns Kane match. You know how in the end of the match, Reigns...
Was it the fact that there was a Roman Reigns Kane match?
No. That was actually a pretty fun match to watch live. But what happened was when Reigns had the end of the match, when Reigns goes to spear Kane and he ducks out of the ring and walks away, that was actually the second take. And in live, Reigns goes in to do the spear, and Kane did not get out of the ring, and he just there was this stop in the action, literal stop in the action, and Kane just all of a sudden just decks Roman and fights him back, and then they do it again, and he does it right, and everyone's just sitting there like, oh, that's just fucking great. And I was just wondering just if they were going to be able to pull off a good edit, and they did. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I mean, what were your guys' thoughts on that SmackDown? Just from what you saw, the replay of it.
I don't remember a lot from it, so it must have been decent.
Okay.
The tag team match, the tag title match was pretty good, as I recall. I don't remember much else that happened.
Okay. It was a fantastic show, actually. One of the cool things was reaction that Rollins got when he came out. I mean, to the point where they actually did a pre-promo before his entrance to try to sour the crowd, where he just starts blasting into the Quad Cities and blasting into Davenport.
Yeah, Andy talked about that last week.
Oh, he did talk about that? And the crowd was still just... He comes out, and everyone was just losing their shit over him. And the funniest thing was watching the reaction of JoJo, the ring announcer. We saw her walking down because we were right behind the commentators, and she just had this look of like, oh my fucking God. Just unbelievable, like, these people are insane look. That, and JoJo has a shelf of an ass.
I don't even know how that bitch has a job.
She's terrible. But the guy that they had doing NXT this week, because JoJo's with the main roster because Lillian is injured, is somehow even fuck worse.
Really?
But it was terrible. If you watch NXT, if you watch the opening contest at NXT this week, the way he announces Charlotte makes no sense whatsoever. He called her to the ring, from wherever the fuck she's from. Charlotte! Like, are you Oprah? What the fuck are you doing?
I didn't even notice it, honestly. I was like, I was watching it, not too long ago today, and it was just like, what? Oh, we lost Troy for a minute.
Yeah, we have 2 Troys now.
Oh my God.
Anyway.
Yeah.
The dude who did NXT this week was fucking awful.
But SmackDown was actually a lot of fun. It was great. It was a great show. Probably one of the best SmackDowns for a while. And if they can continue to do that, I think SmackDown has a chance of being a decent show all the time.
Yeah. Being there live is always more fun than anything, even if it's a terrible fucking episode. Like the SmackDown that Sean and I went to in Boston, where it was literally 90% of the show was a recap from Raw, and then it was the same episode where Steve Austin shot the NWO with a net gun, and that was the thing that happened. On SmackDown, it's perfect. He shoots the gun, it goes bang, it fires the net, and everybody's happy. But being there live, as you spoke of the edit points, it's literally he pulls out one gun, Kevin Nash goes, "He's got a gun!" And Steve Austin fires it, and it goes bang. And then he pulls out another gun and fires it, and it shoots the net at them. So they didn't have a net. They didn't have a gun with a net that also went bang. They had to have a gun that went bang and a gun that fired a net. But if you ever need to know the prowess, of the WWE editing department, all you need to do is watch the DVD for the 2003 Royal Rumble, because I can guarantee you, we did not cheer Scott Steiner. We did not. I will swear this on my grave, on my parents' grave, on anybody's grave you want. We did not cheer for Scott Steiner during that match, despite what the DVD tells you.
Nice, very nice.
We could get into quite a bit of the WWE revisionist history on things.
Yeah,
for sure.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm. Chris who?
Voldemort?
Steven Richards?
Yeah. What's the name of that Australian guy who lactated? What was it? Nathaniel? What the fuck? Anyway.
Nathan Jones?
That's the one. I
can get trivia shit like that, but when we play the fucking trivia game, I lose 15-0.
I was gonna say, do we want to play trivia or do we want to wrap it up? It is 9:00.
I'm okay.
That's not.
That's
not the question.
I'm okay to call it.
I could flip a coin and could go either way.
I could play some trivia.
All right.
Mostly because I like to.
Oh, flip the coin, Tom.
Oh, actually, to flip a coin? I don't have money. What are you talking about?
All right. So
you're not.
We'll play to 10 because it'll be fairly easy. A little short game. For those of you who have not been here for this version of trivia before, Tom, this is the World Wrestling Federation trivia game from 1998.
Did it come in a metal tin?
It came in a metal tin.
Like a tall, vertical metal tin?
This was a kind of a short, fat, square tin, but it did come in a metal tin. Each card has 5 questions. The questions are not arranged by difficulty, as you will quickly learn. Sometimes the 5 questions are easy. Sometimes the 5 questions are who is Paul Bearer's favorite country singer. So you pick a question, you get the point amount for that question. If you get it wrong, the next person gets to try and steal for half the points.
All right. Troy, same strategy as usual?
I'm telling you, it might not always work because some of these 5 questions are easy, some of these 5 questions are hard.
I think we lost Troy again.
I think he'll be coming back any minute, or maybe not.
I'll be here.
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
I heard a noise.
I'm having internet problems.
So we'll go in order of on the bottom of my screen here. So we'll start with you, Josh.
All right.
1, 2, 3,
5.
4, or 5. Number 5.
You know what I'm going to do.
When is Shawn Michaels' birthday? You have a 1 in 365 chance of this.
So he doesn't need the year. That's good.
I'm eyeballing my phone, just thinking, just get me to Wikipedia. August 23rd.
Tom for 3 points.
Oh, I can steal?
Yes.
November 21st.
July 22nd.
Hey,
nobody gets that one.
Whoa, wait a minute. No Troy on that one for 1?
Yeah.
Only the next person gets to steal.
Oh, that's fucking stupid.
Oh,
I had like 363 more chances.
It's my game. Go fuck yourself. Tom, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
I'll go 5.
What was Ted DiBiase's team named at the 1989 Survivor Series?
I know it's something incorporated, although I'm probably completely wrong. I have no idea. I'm just going to say Money Inc. because it's a stupid guess.
Troy for 3.
The $1 Million Players.
So close. The $1 Million Team.
Oh, that's stupid.
That was so simple.
Troy, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
5.
Ted DiBiase failed in his attempts to enslave which chain-wrapped wrestler?
Junkyard Dog.
Josh for 3.
I just
The
assumed
Ultimate Warrior.
Hercules.
Oh, Jesus, yeah. You did that, too. Yes, 5.
Is it racist that I thought Virgil?
was my answer racist?
He was already a slave. Bob Holly is trained in what by trade?
He's trained in what by trade? Trained in blank by trade. Auto repair.
My ass kicking.
Tom for 3.
I'm going to say race car driver.
Bob Holly is apparently a welder.
Oh, that makes sense.
This is why this game takes forever sometimes.
Yeah, and you said 10 points. You should have just said 5.
Whoever gets one question right.
Tom?
I'm going to say 5.
Good luck. Billy Gunn's favorite athlete is which rodeo star?
John Williams.
The composer? Troy for 3.
Garth Brooks.
Apparently there is a rodeo star named Tuff Heedman.
I should have known. I was this close.
His name is Tuff. Troy.
Yes, 5.
Who did Al Snow once train for a UFC bout against Ken Shamrock?
Steve Blackman?
Josh for 3.
Dan Severn.
Josh gets 3 points.
Damn, I knew it was one of them fucking guys.
Finally.
That still doesn't make any sense why Al Snow trains him for a UFC match.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
Josh?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. 5. Do you even have to ask me? It's going to be 5.
Yes. Mark Marrow's father had what kind of career?
Boxer. That or a butcher.
Tom for 3.
Politician?
He
Prostitute.
was a private investigator.
Private dick.
Tom.
I'm going to change it up. I'm going to go for 3.
3. You might have wanted to stick with 5. Mark Marrow's teenage dream was to become a pro player in what sport?
Billiards.
Troy for 2.
Of all the sports that you chose, I'm going to go baseball.
Hockey.
Hmm.
A hockey player.
Better answer than billiards. Though.
I knew it was weird.
I was going to say professional wife beater, but, you know.
Troy.
Yes. 5.
Dennis Knight has a tattoo of which Wild West gunslinger on his arm?
Jesse James.
Josh for 3.
Billy the Kid.
Doc Holliday.
Is Doc Holliday a gunslinger?
Yes,
Apparently.
he was.
I thought he was just a doctor.
No. Have you ever seen
Operates with
Tombstone?
guns.
I'll be your Huckleberry. Nothing. Oh my God! Watch Tombstone.
Is that where that reference is from?
Josh is 5.
The Jackal once led a group of wrestlers in a hostage situation out of what Middle Eastern country?
Iran.
Tom for 3.
Damn.
Afghanistan?
Lebanon.
I was going to say Fictionalopolis, but...
Tom.
4.
Who won in the handicap match at the first In Your House?
The fans.
The WWE
Universe.
King Mabel?
Troy for 2.
Hulk Hogan.
Razor Ramon. Troy.
5.
Like I said, they're not all extremely difficult. The individual names of the Insane Clown Posse are...
Shaggy 2 Dope and Violent J.
Troy gets 5 points.
On a fucking ICP question.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Josh.
5.
Name the
Who
members
won?
of TLC.
Who won the Federation Intercontinental title at the July 1995 In Your House?
1995 Federation Intercontinental title.
God damn it, I actually know this one.
I think it was a member of the Hart Foundation. It was either that or no. Fuck it, Shawn Michaels. It was right around
Josh has 8 points.
Fuck yes. It was right around when Shawn Michaels became the Grand Slam champion. Right after the European Championship showed up too.
Tom.
I'll go 5. Got to catch up.
Who lost in the opening bout of the King of the Ring 1995?
Jeff Jarrett?
Yeah. I don't know why I almost said that. Troy for 3.
Yokozuna?
Hey! Troy has 8 points too. This is a battle. We're at a battle now. Josh has 8. Somebody's masturbating.
Oh, sorry.
And Troy has 8. And Troy, it's... yes, Troy, it's your turn.
2.
2. Who were the Steiner brothers' opponents on the very first episode of Monday Night Raw in 1993? Ric Flair and Kurt Hennig, the Mounties, or the Executioners?
The Executioners.
Troy wins!
Woo! Oh, thank God it's over.
And with that,
too.
I can go play Mortal Kombat now.
I told you, you don't want to always do 5. When you always do 5, it takes 12 fucking minutes.
Yeah, let's not forget. I won a multiple choice question, an ICP question,
An ICP, and there you go.
and I only got Yokozuna because you went yeah.
What can I say?
Either him or the Yeti.
I believe it's pronounced the Yeti. Thank you very much.
Yay.
Sorry.
That does it for the rundown for this Thursday, May the 7th, 2015. 166 days since Nikki Bella won the Divas Championship. Sorry. Go to audibletrial.com/rundown for a free audiobook and a 30-day free trial, please. It's easy. It's free. You can cancel whenever you want. I get like $12 out of the deal. Come on, fuckers. Don't be cheap.
Do it. Do it.
Lucky Pro Wrestling Mayhem at the Elks Lodge in Clinton, Massachusetts on Saturday, May 16th. That's a good Elks Lodge. APW returns Saturday, May 16th as well with Reloaded. And Liberty States returns Saturday, June 6th for our final show of the season. Follow us on Twitter at Rundown Podcast. Send your feedback, your catchphrase suggestions, your fake sponsors, or send $50, and I'll say whatever you want to rundownwrestling@gmail.com. Leave us a voicemail like Sal does at 206-202-6478. That's 206-20.
Angst.
Oh, yeah.
Are you still masturbating?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Masturbating Brandy Savage.
Again.
Oh, let me get my...
Oh my god, that almost sounds like the title of this episode right there.
It might be.
One. Let me go get my glasses real quick.
Although I don't know if I can put the word masturbating into iTunes, but again, I put a call out on Facebook for people to call in and leave voicemails about what they thought about Sami Zayn's debut on Raw this week, and fuck all y'all people. Okay.
Well, maybe that just tells you they didn't like it.
Tell your parents to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/rundownwrestling. To make a donation of the monetary variety, go to rundown.podomatic.com and click the PayPal donate button on the right-hand side of the screen. Watch archived episodes at youtube.com/rundownpodcast. Circle me on Google Plus at google.com/+AdamRundownHost. Buy some poetry at tinyurl.com/distant-horizons. And listen to another podcast. We haven't done hashtag chase in a while. Thank you.
Yeah.
And listen to another great podcast at shadowvein.net.
With 100% less Troy on it.
Well, that might not be a bad thing for some people.
Might not be, honestly.
Doesn't have that idiot Josh.
Yeah.
Search for us on iTunes under the Rundown Wrestling Podcast. If you subscribe, you get the podcast delivered to you absolutely free each and every week for $0.00. If you cannot afford a monetary donation, leave us a 5-star review. We will read your name and your review at the end of a future episode. It's been a long-ass time since someone has reviewed us. I'm beginning to think we really only have 12 listeners.
We might.
We're also available on Stitcher, also free, but all you have to download is the app. You can choose from your favorites of tens of thousands of other podcasts, but why would you listen to anyone other than this one?
Stitch some bitches.
Yeah.
With that said, thanks to Tegan Brown for the logo. Thanks to everyone for listening. Thanks to nobody on the side this week.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
Thanks to Josh.
Maybe they heard I was going to be here and they all ran for the hills.
Quite possibly. Thanks to Tom and EFED Gorillas.
Thank you, and fuck you if you don't like Sami Zayn.
I'm
Right
down
there.
with that. I'm down with that.
It's a transition.
And thank you, Troy.
Thank you, everyone, for not reporting me to the authorities.
Yeah, Troy's last episode got a little creepy at the end.
A little bit.
I think you literally upset my wife.
Oh, no.
And
It's all a
thanks.
joke, baby. It's all good.
And thanks to I Fight Dragons at ifightdragons.com for the theme song. Next week.
Oh no. I'll be a father.
Ooh. And as always, Jacob, good night and good luck. Fondong, go fuck yourself. Happy Mother's Day. And tune in next week for another excruciating episode.
I
of the
won't
Rundown
be
Wrestling
here.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt me.
Yeah, what the fuck, man?
And scene.
All right. I'm gonna cut out that. What the hell? I'm gonna cut out just a little bit there, because my roommate came popping in and the door kept slamming.
By roommate, he means his mom.
I got that.
Nope. I just moved out of my parents' house. Thank you very much.
I moved into a one-bedroom with your mother.
Be right back.
All right, time to export this biatch. What episode is this?
198.
198. Thank you. Oh, wait. Render shop. Okay.
Nice to meet you both, by the way.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Yes, nice to meet you, dude.
How you guys know
All
Adam?
right.
You've been doing this for a while? You the regular co-host, right? Josh?
No, I'm not the regular co-host. I'm just the guest co-host. That would be Andy. Andy's the regular co-host, but because he's a teacher, he's got papers to grade, and he hates his life right now. I'm just called in when I'm actually available. In the last few weeks, I have not been because moving and shenanigans. And next week, obviously, I'm not going to be there because I'm going to want to, spend time with my son.
Yep.
Maybe.
Yeah, we're the B squad.
Right, I'll be.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I didn't know my old
Definitely.
my old friends from a decade ago were the fucking A squad here, apparently.
Apparently.
From a decade ago.
I did
Adam
some
and
wrestling. Yeah, me, Adam, and Andy had done some
HWF?
wrestling community thing. I was a part of some GWA thing with them.
Oh, GWF.
I think HWF was around, but yeah. So.
Yeah, I did HWF because I was Andy's, and so that's actually how I met Adam, was HWF. So
I'm on here because I did some GAY things. So.
And on that note, I'm going to go have a cigarette. Oh my, that was so 60. I'll be back. Wait for this thing to compile and pay.
Yeah. I'm kind of surprised there hasn't been a fake e-wrestling fed called Gay.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I just I stumbled upon the podcast about a year ago and started contributing on the blog that they had for a while, and then they did a little shuffling around, 3 people on the team, so I came on this.
Nice.
Yeah.
I guess the blog is probably no longer operational, or at least I haven't gotten a link to it in a while.
Not really. Right. The only thing that they put on there now is used to do NXT things, but now it's kind of like, well, anything I have to say, I'm pretty much saying on the show, so.
Makes sense. And you'd rather direct me
I
here
might
anyway.
start again, but I don't really have that much time. I go to school as well as having a kid.
Certainly. And did Adam just wander off? Yeah.
What?
Oh, you just wandered off, and now I see you sitting down.
I had to go pee.
I was just asking Adam. You want this via Skype, right? I'm not seeing you up on Skype right now.
Yeah, I just clicked it. No, give me a minute.
You didn't use your temperature. Wow. Extra rinse.
Basically, whatever temperature, whatever this you want, the machine will do the best. It'll figure out how much water it'll.
On Skype.
And once you press start, it locks. You're done.
It locks.
And I'm trying to open Skype.
Okay, wait a second. I don't know if I can reach the
Which what?
There we go.
laundry soap shelf. Which one do I use?
Trick.
Josh, you got his own or?
Because I can't find my little drop.
Here, that's in there. The orange, orange.
All right, now I have Skype open.
You have to loosen the lid in order for it to come out right. Okay, until it gets over halfway on, and you're standing there for an hour getting little tiny dribbles out of it.
Did I share something about little tiny gerbils?
I'm not sure what's going on.
Ready to go?
Yes.
Can make you do your own laundry. You still love me.
What? Wait, let me do something. I'm getting a little turned around, okay?
Josh, I didn't give birth to you 26 years ago just for you to talk back to me.
Tom, why did that immediately say sending canceled?
Because that was a file that wasn't fully exported.
Ah.
So the new one should be your way.
This. Couple shelves in there. Okay.
That one.
I think I just heard the phrase nipple shield.
Ooh, hot.
Oh, we're still live.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.